السيد الرئيس عبد الناصر عايز كلمة واحدة من بابا كيرلس، هل العذراء ظهرت ولا ما ظهرتش؟
Saint Pope Kirolos VI and the Apparition of the Virgin Mary in Zeitoun.
فقال له لا عايزين كلمة واحدة من بابا كيرلس، ما بقاش عم أو أي حد في الدنيا ولا بابا كيرلس، بابا كيرلس كلمته بيهم كلهم.
Saint Pope Kirolos VI was the man of prayer and miracles. He is the patriarch known for his deep silence and ceaseless prayers. When he blessed, the heavens said Amen. The American writer, Pearl Zecchi, once visited this great saint with her family. He blessed the eyes of her son Nagy, who had stayed awake for 4 consecutive nights hoping to see the Virgin Saint Mary, but to no avail. The Pope assured him that he will see her tonight. When Pearl asked her sister-in-law to explain what His Holiness had said in Arabic, the saintly patriarch replied in English.
He said, "Tonight you'll see her, tonight." And I said to my sister-in-law, well, I must go back to Zeitoun tonight. And so that was the 5th night that I had spent there, but I did see her about 4 o'clock in the morning. We were sitting, and suddenly I heard the people crying and raising their arms and praying and calling to the Mother Mary.
تجي له ناس تقول يا سيدنا احنا رحنا سهرنا لغايه الصبح وما شفناش العذراء. يقول لا 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 بص الليله دي هتظهر، روح انت كده بس كده وانت هتشوفها الليله دي. يا سيدنا ما احنا ظهرنا لغايه الصبح وتعبنا، لا بس الليله دي هتظهر، روح يا ابني. يقولوا تاني يوم مزقططين جدا شفنا العذراء سيدنا. طب ما انا عارف يا ابني، انا عارف يا ابني.
Was it that the Virgin had informed Pope Kirolos beforehand of her appearance? Or did heaven confirm his words when he spoke them? This saint, this man of God, was endowed with divine authority, reminiscent of the prophet Elijah, who was given the power to shut the heavens from rain and open them when he wished, as found in 1 Kings chapter 17.
ويدل على انه هو يعني زي ما تقول واثق انها بتظهر او عارف انها هتظهر، يعني مش حاجه جديده عليه.
On April 10, 1968, a young man named Riyad Naguib Azar, who had lost vision in his right eye, visited Pope Kirolos. The Pope, upon seeing him, declared and said to him, "My son, God will restore light to your eye. You will see again." Heaven received this proclamation, and the Virgin Saint Mary held it in her heart. Riyad's vision was restored on April 30th, 1968, during his visit to the Church of the Virgin Mary in Zeitoun, and upon the appearance of the Virgin Mary's light appearing from the church's dome, it illuminated his eye at dawn. Saint Pope Kirolos VI had a documented relationship with the Virgin Mary from a young age, as he revealed to journalist Khalil Mikhail Hanna in Al Akhbar newspaper issued on May 11, 1968. The Pope told him, "I have seen the Mother of Light, the Dove of Peace, the pure Virgin Mary, the Mother of Jesus Christ since my youth. I see her through faith and have experienced her miracles in the house where I grew up, in Alexandria on Nile Street." This was in the year 1910. She appeared in my family home, in radiant garments with a luminous crown, and healed a sick relative at the house that day.
في بعض الناس بتقول ان هو نفسه اللي كان عيان ومريض والعذراء زارته وعشان تعمل له معجزه، في ناس بتقول كده بس هو ما قالش طبعا. مش هو كان برضه كلامه قليل وكتوم، مش عايز يفتخر او حاجه كده، لكن في بعض الناس بتقول كده من العيله برضه. فطلب السيد الرئيس عبد الناصر طلب من البابا كرولوس عن طريق سماح الشاهد برضه إنه لازم يطلع بيان من البطرخانة.
The Pope and the Press Conference. Pope Kirolos issued an official statement confirming the apparition of the Virgin Saint Mary above the domes of her church in Zeitoun. His Holiness assigned 3 esteemed bishops to read his statement and respond to inquiries by the attendees. They are the departed Bishop Gregorius, the then Bishop of Theological and Coptic Studies and Scientific Research, the late and esteemed Hierarch Bishop Athanasius, Metropolitan of Beni Suef El Behnesa and their provinces, and the late Bishop Samuel, the Bishop of Public and Social Services. This statement had a profound impact in affirming the event without dispute.
من كل بلاد العالم، كل الصحفيين بتوع العالم غير بتوع مصر، وابتدى يتقرا بيان كان بيطلعه بابا كرولوس ويتقرا عليهم وانتشر في العالم كله بقى. وكان في المندوبين بتوع كل الصحافه كان دايما يروحوا يظهروا، وكتبت كل المجلات الاجنبيه والمصريه، كتبت يعني الجرايد الرسميه اللي اخبار اهرام الجمهوريه كان بيكتبوا في المنشطات الكبيره على صفحات الجرايد من فوق: العذراء تزور الزيتون، العذراء تظهر في على قباب الزيتون.
The crowds eagerly awaited the Holy Pope's confirmation regarding the apparition of the Virgin Mary in Zeitoun, as his word was definitive because he was a devout and God-fearing man to whom God revealed his secrets. Psalm 25. This was further affirmed by a journalist from the widely circulated Al Gumhuriyya newspaper at the time. In its issue dated May 7, 1968, the article stated, "When a statement is issued by His Holiness Pope Kirolos VI, Patriarch of the Coptic Orthodox Church, it commands respect and admiration due to the stature of the speaker, who holds a distinguished spiritual responsibility, and also for his personal character, apart from his position. He is renowned for his piety and a heart filled with pure, sincere prayers to the Creator of heaven and earth." The article continued, "For this reason, there is no longer any doubt among the masses, Muslims and Christians alike, that the apparition of the Virgin Mary truly appeared above the domes of the church in Zeitoun." His Holiness emphasized the greatness of this apparition during an interview with Mr. Sadiq Aziz, a journalist for Al Ahram newspaper, in its issue dated January 7, 1969. It said that the past year witnessed the greatest religious event in history, the apparition of the Virgin Mary in Zeitoun, and I say greatest event in history for several reasons. First, the apparition has been continuing since April 2nd, and I expect it to persist for some time, making it the longest period such a miraculous phenomenon has occurred. Second, this apparition appears to thousands, even tens of thousands each time, which has never happened before. Third, this apparition continues to be followed by many ongoing daily miracles.
Pope Kirolos described the apparitions of the Virgin Mary in his interview with Al Akhbar newspaper on May 11, 1968, saying, "She appeared radiant in the shape of a cloud-like body, clear and bright. At times, a wondrous light appeared on the domes and outside them, and at other times, a complete luminous figure. Occasionally, a dove of light appeared, illuminating the sky and dazzling the viewer. We do not know when this apparition will end."
On the second anniversary of the apparition, His Holiness told Watani newspaper in its issue dated April 5, 1970, that the appearance of the Virgin in Zeitoun was not surprising, as she had passed through this place when she came to Egypt carrying the child Jesus. He continued saying, "The lights of the Virgin emanating from the domes of that simple church every evening, and the miracles performed in its vicinity, proclaimed the glory of God, His love for humanity, and his preference for the humble over the proud. The wisdom of Pope Kirolos VI in administering the event. His Holiness Pope Kirolos VI was deliberate in announcing the Church's statement regarding the apparition of the Virgin Mary until May 4th, the date of the press conference, so that news agencies and local and international newspapers could broadcast it to the world on May 5th, 1968. The delay of the papal statement about the Virgin's appearance in Zeitoun served to spark curiosity among non-believers, prompting them to turn to the Church, represented by His Holiness and the esteemed bishops, for inquiries not to dispute or question the truth of the event, which had already become a widely discussed reality, but to seek the Church's understanding and interpretation of its significance. The Church, through its esteemed bishops, responded based on its sound faith. They asked His Holiness about the luminous dove. His Holiness clarified that it was not the souls of angels. He also confirmed that the appearance of the saints is something common as accustomed in the Holy Bible. All these blessings were a result of the widespread nature of the event, which had become a reality for anyone who wished to verify it, even before His Holiness announced it. His Holiness Pope Kirolos VI ordered that the statement regarding the appearance of the Virgin Mary be read in all churches on the morning of Sunday, May 5, 1968. Additionally, His Holiness visited the church at 3:15 p.m. on May 15, 1968, to offer praises to the Virgin. After the prayer, His Holiness walked through the church, praying for the sick who were present there. Finally, His Holiness took special care to commemorate April 2nd of every year to remember this miraculous appearance. He ordered that the Coptic Orthodox Church celebrate the feast of the Apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Zeitoun on the 24th of the Coptic month of Baramhat, which corresponds to April 2nd in the Western calendar. He went on to document the appearance of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Zeitoun in the Synaxarium of the Coptic Orthodox Church so that it would serve as a lasting memorial for this great event.